zoetrope is an animation device that produces the illusion of motion by displaying a sequence of drawings. It was originally created in the 1800s. We will make the paper cylinder putting together two different stripes of the same sheet of paper. Now I will show you how to measure these slots, or you can also print the file I sent with our doc. I am using a regular size sheet of paper, and I want to divide my paper in 6 slots. For that, each slot is going to measure 1 inch, and in between each slot I'm going to leave a space of 2/8 of an inch. Let's see what I mean with 2/8 of 1 inch. If you see in this image, every inch on the ruler is divided in 8 equal parts. For this project, I need to make marks every inch and leave a small slot of 2/8 of the inch, like this. Once the top edge of my paper is done, I also need to measure on the middle part of the page so I can draw my slot. Let's see. I put my ruler parallel to the edge of the paper, make a mark on the number 1, count 2 of the small lines of the ruler, make a second mark, then align again the number 1 into this last line, measure 1 inch, then make a mark in the number 2 and a mark 2/8 after. Align the number 2 with this last mark, measure 1 inch, making my mark in the number 3, then a second mark 2/8 of an inch after, and I will repeat this process until I created 6 different slots. That is about the whole width of my page. Now I'm going to use my ruler to make a line to unite the marks I made. When I'm making the lines, I can see the 1 inch slots and the 2/8 smaller spaces in between my inches. I'm drawing the line only on half of my paper because that's all I need for this project. I have my 6 slots now. Now I need to measure how wide are the stripes that I need for my zoetrope. On the side of the page, I will measure 1, 2, 3, and 4 inches, making a mark in each of them in one side of the paper. Now, in the other side of the paper, I will do the same. I will mark from the top edge 1, 2, 3, and 4 inches, making a mark on each one. Then I'm going to trace a line across the paper for each of my 4 marks. Now I'm making a mark with my marker in the second inch, drawing a line across the paper. I will cut now in the 4th line. Then I will cut in the middle in the 2nd inch where I created my mark with the marker. Now I have these 2 stripes. Each of them has 6 slots. So in the second one, I will write the numbers from 7 to 12. And this is where I'm going to create my animation. We need 12 different drawings to create the illusion of movement. I will show you here a little bit faster how I created the animation of an eye opening and closing, starting with an eye that is almost open in the number 1, an eye wide open in the number 2, an exaggerated open eye in the number 3, then in the number 4 I started to go back to closing. So the 4th is kind of normal opening, the 5th is getting closed but still open, then the 6th, that is the middle of my animation, is almost closed. On my other stripe, on the number 7th, my eye is completely closed. Then the eyelashes are looking down. The number 8 continues with the same. The number 9 starts to open. The number 10 continues the opening a little bit more. And I will continue opening my eye in 11 and 12. Now I need to paste this stripe into a black background. So I will add some glue to my black paper. I glue the 2 stripes, then I'm going to cut in between. And now I will put the 2 parts of my stripe together. I left a little margin of the black paper so I could overlap. Now I'm starting to cut the 2/8 of inch slots in between my 1 inch sections. Notice that I am only cutting in the top half of my stripe. I am not cutting anything in between my drawings. What is important is half of the end, 12 drawings, part of a sequence of a movement. Now I'm going to use my CD to hold my paper cylinder. Then I need to find a way to attach it using some tape. So I'm using half of a strip of tape on my paper and the other half on the bottom of the CD. Again, I put some tape on my paper. I hold the CD carefully. Then in this process, I take care that my paper follows the shape of the CD. I add tape all the way around the border of the CD, and at the very end, where my frames number 1 and 12 are together, I just add a little bit of tape to hold them together. And my final step is to make a ball of Play-Doh, attach it to the center of the CD, bring a pencil or chopsticks, insert it, and rotate my zoetrope that is finished so I can play with it. Carefully look through the thin slots we created, focusing on the images you can see through. Then you will be able to see your animation. Now it's time to have fun with the zoetrope and your family. Send me some pictures to see how you did.